Home Depot.
Home Depot because we gotta fix something.
Depot.
I need a man.
The good men, where are they? I keep seeing that video. They're hiding. All of your videos of, screaming and saying how much you hate men and your icks because I don't know they breathe.
Depot because I need to change my light and hopefully I can find my man in there.
This trend of women looking for husbands is only getting more desperate.
I'm testing out a theory today. I've heard that this is the place to find hot single men. At this point, I'm desperate enough to try anything, so let's go.
Okay, this is for all my single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men now?
Because there is a science to finding a man at Home Depot.
Prince Charming will not come and save you. These men are done.
Kindly subscribe to the channel as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Hello, TikTok friends. Have a question for you. I was in a very bad relationship and I see all these wonderful men saying and asking for all the right things. But where are you? Because you sure as hell not in my town.
Well, no men here on, what's today? Tuesday afternoon at 12 o'clock looking for a washer and dryer. And I thought maybe I'd look for a man too, but nope. No men here.
So, I've seen all over TikTok that if you're a single lady, the place to meet a man is in the lumber section at Home Depot. Well, I'm willing to give it all a try. Well, that was a bust. Any other suggestions? In fact, I had to track somebody down for help. Come on, Home Depot.
Baby, I'm going to Home Depot, see if I see somebody.
I just pulled up to Home Depot. We about to see what we can find. Let's go see what we can find. Okay? I'm mad nobody told me about this sooner.
Alright, let's be real. Home Depot has become more than just a hardware store. It's like the new shopping mall ... but for finding husbands. Think about it. You walk in, maybe looking for a screwdriver, and suddenly you're surrounded by a sea of hard-working, handy men who can fix just about anything. But let's take a moment to appreciate these guys. They're there with emission tools, lumber, paint, and most of them already have enough on their plates. And honestly, they probably don't need the extra baggage of someone looking to add personal handyman to their workload.
The good men, where are they? I keep seeing that video. They're hiding. All of your videos of, screaming and saying how much you hate men and your icks because I don't know they breathe. They just decided they're going to be hiding for a while. They're done. They're taking a vacation from women. They're probably at home. If they're not at work, they're at home. And they're just watching TikToks of women horrified, being very, very happy that they made their choice to just be single and choose peace over crazy toxicity. Oh, and where are the good women? They're at home too. Yeah, they're at home looking like this. And all the other girls, they're out at the club, they're at the bar, dating the same 6'3" guy that's probably texting all of them. He has multiple girlfriends, and all the good people, we're at home on Reddit, probably going down a deep rabbit hole we shouldn't, scaring ourselves about the world, and just scrolling through our phones looking like this.
Here are comments. We are working 60+ hours a week because we are not good look enough for anyone. My last 3 long-term relationships ended in one cheating, one beating me, and one leaving me for women, so yeah, I'm inside most days. I was at Chili's just chilling and eating by myself. It was towards the beginning of the month. I overheard 3 girls talking about their dating lives. They were ruthless. Staying single is the best financial and peaceful decision I have ever made so far. This, if by some horrible sequence of events I became single again, I would probably just stay that way because it's scary as hell out there. It seems like more and more good men are realizing they're worth more than they're often given credit for. Instead of settling, they're choosing a different path, one that's all about independence, self-respect, and exploring the world on their own terms.
And not a lot going on around here lately. Let's just see what's behind this door. No, is there a better door around here, maybe?
If you want to be a part of my life, you're gonna have to fucking prove it to me now. Nobody gets a fucking free pass anymore. You want my trust? Earn it. You want my respect? Fucking earn it. You want my fucking love and time and energy? Fucking earn it! Nobody gets to ride this ride for fucking free anymore! So congratulations to every single one of you who got their ticket and they decided to rip up the fucking ticket!
So this is the moments where I am reminded that being an independent woman is not it. Making a lot of money is it, but I don't want to be independent. I want a man Because look where we are.
Home Depot.
Home Depot, because we gotta fix something.
Depot.
I need a man. Crystal, the first muscular man that you find, grab him. We're taking him home. For you? For something to fix. For something. Is this the right size? No, it's not the right size. I need a man. At least I look cute. Sir, can you give me a ride? Let me see. We are still looking for what we need and we can't find it. I need help. I'm your man. I need help.
One thing about us girls, we never want the man that's into us, the man that want us, the man that's gonna do whatever we want them to do for us. We're never into those type of men. We always going after the bad guy. We always going after the one that got somebody else at home, the one that don't even see us. We gotta beg to be with them. We have to beg them for $1. We don't want the good guy. We don't want the one that's gonna take care of us. Why?
Welcome to Modern Women Realization 101, the moment when some women start to recognize a pattern they might not have seen before. For years, they may have been caught up in relationships with guys who were never really serious about them. They might even feel like they've been giving parts of themselves away without getting much in return. Now, many want to settle down and seek something real. But here's the catch: breaking free from the past isn't always easy. There's something almost addictive about the thrill of those bad guy relationships, the drama, the ups and downs. It's like a cycle they've gotten used to, maybe even depended on, like a habit that's hard to kick.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary. With a bear. What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
A bear.
I would say a man.
The reality is I would choose the bear, you would choose the bear, we would all choose the bear. Collectively, as the internet is female presenting people, we all would choose the bear. And I can't speak for everyone's reasons why they would choose the bear, but the reason I told my husband is this: because a bear doesn't hate people the same way men hate women. And if I'm gonna die anyway, I would choose the dignity in death of being mauled by a bear than a scary, scary man who wants to take his time. Because the scariest of bears will never be scarier than the scariest of men. And if I'm gonna die anyway, I will take the dignity and death of a natural death from a wild animal than I would take the creative torture that a man can provide.
This is a TikTok trend that's going around right now asking if you would rather be alone with a man or a bear. And I know it's going to come as a surprise, but a lot of people are choosing a bear. See, I'd rather take my chances with a bear because I know if I play dead, chances are it might leave me alone. Unfortunately, we already know that men don't leave women alone in death or in sleep. So I think I would take my chances with the bear.
It sounds wild, but these days it seems like some women would almost rather be in the forest with a bear than spend time with a man. It's an odd metaphor, but it speaks to something deeper, a mistrust or frustration that some women feel towards men today. But here's the irony: when real trouble strikes, when they need someone to count on, they don't exactly turn to that bear in the woods. More often than not, they still look to men for support and help.
I just watched a white girl fight off a robber at gunpoint. He literally had a gun to her. She fought him off, got the magazine out the gun and everything. But the crazy part about it was that there was 2 men watching very close by. I mean, literally very close by. They were right within the vicinity, which is weird because why would that man try to rob her with those 2 guys there? But he did it because he knew they wasn't going to do shit. And they did not. It was one man sitting on the grass watching it. Just watching the girl get robbed. The other guy, he's painting some shit. Just watching it. Like, what the fuck are men for? Why are they here?
And that's the only part of the video I want to address. What the fuck are men for? Why are they here? Well, you said one dude was just sitting on the grass, right? And the other dude was painting? Yeah, men are here to do what the fuck they want.
It was
I don't know why this is such a hard concept to understand, but women created this situation where they dislike men so much that men finally said, fuck it, we're not going to help you, we're not going to protect you, we owe you absolutely nothing, and because you're just some random stranger, I no longer have to help you. And really what gets me about the video is that there's a lot of other people in that video. Most people did a singular focus on the man sitting in the grass when that woman was getting attacked, but there were women there. So what happened to women supporting women? You know, y'all like to preach like how you're girls and you're supporting each other and oh my God, I'm always here for you. But you see a woman getting attacked and there's two women walking the other direction. Why aren't they running to her defense? Right, because you want the men that you claim are such trash to save you. And this is a perfect example of what women do all of the freaking time. They create this standard for how men should treat them, whether that's in the dating phases, in the marriage stages, in friendships, whatever it is. And they created this standard where they hate men so much, but now you want protection from said men. And now that you don't get it, the men are weak. Make it make sense. You cannot continuously drag men and blame the patriarchy and all of this bullshit around you, but then expect men to jump in and save you. Why don't you all call a freaking bear? Okay, bye.
Here are comments called a bear, but then again the bears might be in their soft bear era drizzle. We got moms, sisters and daughters ourselves, why risk my personal life for a stranger and risk my loving family losing me? Still don't think I could just stand by. But at the same time, don't think I'm willing to pass judgment on anyone who doesn't get involved. Be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. I need them to bask in their self-created realities. You know, sometimes it's actually refreshing to hear these conversations come out in the open, because underneath the "I don't need a man" chant, there's often a hidden fear that many carry, the fear of being alone. And the reality is, it's only a matter of time before some of them start to show up on social media wondering, where are all the good men when that happens? It's a sign that reality is hit. The truth is, dating isn't hard because there's a shortage of people. It's hard because some are looking for perfection in a partner. But here's the catch: we don't live in a perfect world, so expecting to find perfection in anyone else just doesn't add up.
So I know it might be Friday. I'm asking her if she wants to try to go manhunting. She's down. And then what do I see? Home Depot! Can we go manhunting in Home Depot? No. Why? No. The men are in Home Depot. That's where you find a man. Actually, you might find somebody else's man. Never mind.
Okay, this is for all my single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men now? Because the Hinge pool has a lot of pee in it. So I'm certainly not finding anyone there. I'm not on Bumble or Tinder, and I don't plan to be. I go to the bars sometimes, but the quality of men there, typically not the best from what I've experienced, but I'm not opposed to it. I go to the grocery store with my hair on top of my head. No makeup, baggy clothes. So I don't think anybody's dying to give me their number when they see me there, okay? So, if you've got any ideas, toss them my way, because I'm 30 and beginning to think that this whole dying alone thing isn't going to be like a running joke. It's going to be reality. So yeah, let me know.
Here's a question: if there were women around too, why didn't they step in to help? Or better yet, why didn't anyone call that bear they'd supposedly rather have by their side? It's a bit ironic, isn't it? In the comments section of that video, there were women frustrated that men weren't willing to risk their lives to save a stranger. But let's look at this from another perspective. For many men, that hero mentality, the one where they're expected to jump in and save the day, has changed. And maybe this is the result of years of feeling like they've been constantly criticized and devalued. Some men are choosing to prioritize their own lives, their own goals, and the families they're working hard to build, rather than stepping into risky situations without a second thought.
I never understand when people are like, you need to find a man. Like it's hard? Like, they're literally everywhere. I can't even leave the house without seeing at least 10 of those motherfuckers, okay? They're not hiding. This isn't Where's Waldo. Now, what you didn't say is find a good man.
Where are the men? What happened?
That is a really good question.
I don't know who's to blame.
I could think of a couple possible answers in regards to who's to blame, as I'm sure we all could.
Men don't want to be men anymore.
It's not that they don't want to be men anymore. It's that they've been told over and over again by society and various other groups of people that they're full of toxic masculinity, and the traditional ways in which many men behave is no longer wanted by a large number of people.
I feel like we're around a bunch of Peter Pan. What happened to men and values and family?
What motivation do men really have to act like men when all they get in return is condemnation, criticism, and disparagement?
Taking care of their women and just being the man and the protector.
Let's not forget the large number of women out there that are constantly saying,
I don't need a man. I don't need a man for nothing.
so yeah, that's what's happened to men.
You're absolutely right. What's happening now is that men have simply adapted to the new game. Rather than chasing approval or facing constant criticism, a lot of men are just riding the wave that's been created. Instead of asking, where are all the men, maybe it's time to start asking, where are the women who may have pushed them away? Most men didn't just walk out one day. They were faced with a choice, and many decided to go down the path that offered the most peace and self-respect.
A man that knows his value but has been through stuff will create his own peace and chill in it and wait for a woman to add to it. They are not out there dating a new girl every week and spending all of their money because they are building. These are the highest quality of men. And if you find one, get his attention and do not let him go.
Come shop for a boyfriend with me. I was told Home Depot has all the boyfriend material. No tool bags. No gaslighting.
What happened to men not being afraid to come and talk to you in person? Like, I feel like I run into men all the time.
There are many different reasons why men won't approach you, but you can tell that they want to. For one, he's afraid of making you feel uncomfortable. Your beauty intimidates him. He's afraid of saying the wrong thing, fear of getting rejected, fear of being perceived as inappropriate or creepy. He may struggle with low self-esteem. What you got to do is throw him a bone. You got to drop subtle hints that you're interested, right? The easiest way is to smile and look directly at him. Subtle body language. But you're going to stay where you're at. You're not going to get up and approach him because at the end of the day, as a woman, you're the prize. And if he still doesn't approach you after giving him the green light, you shouldn't want him to at that point because he lacks self-confidence. And a man who lacks self-confidence will make dating much harder for you.
Here we go with that word again, intimidation. Some women say men are intimidated by their beauty or the way they present themselves, but let's unpack that. It's not so much about fear as it is about boundaries. Men often hold back because they don't want to make women feel uncomfortable or come across the wrong way, especially in a time when respectful interactions are more important than ever. Another point she mentioned is that women shouldn't approach men because they're the prize. But let's be real, that's only part of the picture. There's a reason many women seek out relationships and marriages with men who are stable, supportive, and share their values. It's not about one person being the prize, but rather about both people bringing value to the relationship.
Good men exist. They are out there. And I need you to realize that if you put out the energy of every man is a manipulator, a cheater, a POS, so on and so forth, if you put that energy out there, you are going to attract men that are those kinds of people. I think it's safe to say that almost every woman I've ever met, including myself, has been cheated on and treated poorly by a man. However, that should not change your perception of the man that you want to attract into your life. Do the healing work. Focus on bettering yourself and nurturing yourself again and getting back on your feet. But also put the energy out there that there is a man out there that is going to love you the way that you deserve, treat you the way that you deserve, and see your worth and never let any other man have the opportunity to even come into your life. These men exist and they are out there. But again, if you are continuously saying all these negative things, you're just going to attract negative. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of men out there that might not be the best kind of guy, but you should see the warning signs and say, okay, I know when to get out of this. I know when not to get too attached, and I could end that relationship or end that whatever before it gets too serious. As someone who is single, I am so hopeful for the man that I meet because I know my values, I know my morals, I know what I have to offer and what I bring to the table, and
I know that there's going to be a man that sees me one day and is going to be like, I don't want any other man to come into your life or even be able to talk to you because I need you in my life. I want you in my life. I see that you bring value to my life and I see a potential future with you and I want to explore that. I know that that's coming, and I think by having this mindset, I will attract that man. So do the work. Do the healing work. Be alone for a bit. I've been alone for almost 2 years. It's fine. It's good to have those moments alone. But now I know what I deserve. Now I know what I'm willing to tolerate. I know the red flags. I know the warning signs. I know what I deserve, and I know how to treat a man. And when you know that, how do you lose? How could you lose? Because the right man will never give you up. The right man will never let you go. And if he does, he's not the right guy.
You raise a solid point. Many good men and good women have experienced moments where kindness was mistaken for weakness. Unfortunately, that misunderstanding can leave a mark, making people hesitant to be as open and genuine in future relationships. The truth is, good men and good women should be with each other, building connections that are based on respect, kindness, and real understanding. But here's the challenge: many people today are searching for someone to handle their problems, rather than someone to share life with. And where's the benefit in that for anyone? Men want meaningful relationships too, but when the focus shifts to fulfilling unrealistic standards or solving every issue, relationships can start to feel more transactional than genuine. Social media plays a big role in this too. Influences online often create a picture of ideal standards, and some people bring those expectations into their own relationships. But in trying to meet these standards, they can end up putting immense pressure on their partners. Over time, that strain pushes people away rather than bringing them closer, leaving both sides wondering, where did all the good ones go?